Victor's grin collapsed. Julian lunged for the control podium, stabbing at unresponsive touchscreens. Investors shifted. Several reached for briefcases. My phone screamed, "Victor." I answered without greeting. "Reverse it, Sophia. Immediately." "I'm no longer on the payroll," I said, tone flat. "You announced it to 300 witnesses. You think you can tank a $38 million demo because your feelings are hurt? It's not feelings. It's regulation. Class 3 neuroprosthetics require continuous attestation by a board-licensed clinical systems engineer. You just publicly terminated the only one on staff." A muffled curse, then my stepmother's voice, honey laced with glass. "Sophia. Darling, think of Julian. This was his spotlight. How could you humiliate him, humiliate us, like this? Humiliation is watching someone claim 11 years of your nights and call it his spotlight." Victor wrestled the phone back. "Give me the bypass hash or I'll." "There is no hash. It's live vascular imaging tied to my thumbprint pattern. You'd need the thumb you just metaphorically severed on live television." A ragged inhale. "Come upstairs. We'll renegotiate percentage." "Renegotiate after you gift-wrapped my work for a compulsive day trader who can't read an FDA guidance document." Silence stretched. Then, quieter. "I have friends in high places. You'll never touch another medical device contract. I already don't work for you. Good luck explaining to the exchange why your flagship platform is broadcasting felony-level noncompliance on global feed." I ended the call. 25 minutes later I re-entered the lobby. The night guard, same man who'd buzzed me in at 19 when I was still an intern, looked at the floor and waved me past. The executive suite doors stood wide. Investors remained, postures rigid. Julian leaned against a window, scrolling furiously. Victor sat at the conference table, fingers steepled, unnaturally composed. I stepped inside. "Let's discuss the ownership I actually earned." Victor's eyes narrowed to slits. "Sophia. So glad you decided to be reasonable." 3 men in dark polos entered from the service corridor. Yellow block letters across their chests, **FBI, Healthcare Fraud and Cyber Unit **. "Sophia Kane," the lead agent announced, "you are under arrest for sabotage of critical medical infrastructure, attempted extortion, and introduction of malicious code into a Class 3 device." Victor slid a bound report across the table with practiced grief. "She crippled the entire fleet. Demanded controlling interest to restore access. We have forensic snapshots, access logs, everything." Steel cuffs clicked shut. The investors stared as though I had personally poisoned their portfolios. I held Victor's gaze. "You think cuffs solve your problem?" He allowed himself a thin smile. "They solve mine." The agents began reciting rights. I kept my eyes on the wall display still cycling the lockdown warning. A silver-haired woman in the second row, lead partner at a Oslo-based fund, lifted a finger. "May I see the exact error string?" The agent glanced at his partner, then nodded. She read aloud, 21 CFR 860.7, mandatory continuous attestation by licensed clinical engineer for active status Class 3 neural interfaces. She looked at Victor. "Your demonstration just created a public record of operating uncertified, high-risk devices without oversight. That's a felony under 21 U.S.C. 331d. Victor's smile flickered. She scrolled further. "And these override entries. Repeated safety-limit breaches, falsified compliance stamps, initials JK. Your son." Julian went still. The woman addressed the agents. "I believe you've detained the wrong individual." 12 minutes later the cuffs moved. First Victor, then Julian. 4 months later Helix Neurosolutions was dismantled under federal receivership. Devices recalled. Stock worthless. Julian accepted a reduced sentence, 28 months federal. Victor's passport was flagged after he attempted to board a flight to Cyprus. I acquired the surviving IP portfolio at distress auction for cents on the dollar. The new company is called Vesper Neural. My name is on the masthead, my certification on every PMA filing, my stake in every share class. Victor appeared once, out on bond, hollow-eyed, suit hanging loose. He stood in reception demanding to speak to his daughter. I passed him without slowing. Outside, the sky felt wide open. Sometimes the cleanest way to take your throne is to let the old castle collapse, and then raise one where no one has to kneel to keep the lights on.